Salve a tutti ragazzi e benvenuti da SHIVA in questo nuovo video. Te la farai, andiamo avanti, vediamo un po' cosa è successo nel scorso episodio, una cosa incredibile, sono morti tutti e la nostra rivola è impazzita dal dolore, ma adesso si sta placando. Vediamo cosa dicono. La lotta della liberazione di Niaz ha causato molte vittime, ma non è nulla in confronto a ciò che è accaduto qui. E quello stronzo è morto, vabbè, per lui non è un problema, cioè nel senso, non mancherà nessuno. Allora, vediamo se qui c'è qualcosa. Non ho visto cosa mi ha dato aver ucciso il tipo, insomma, quel coso. Dovunque io vada... Ma secondo me finisco sempre in piazza. Così a naso. Secondo me qua vado a finire là. Chiaro, no? Insomma, nel senso. Vado a finire sempre lì, ecco qua, infatti uno andava qua, l'altro andava là, qui non c'è niente, qui non c'è niente. A sto punto mi viene da pensare... Ah, dovevo andare qua? Ah, ok, a quel punto che dicevo che c'era l'ascensore, bene bene, allora si sarà sbloccato. Mi sembrava strano che comunque sia... Sì, One Piece. Vediamo se c'hai qualcosa di buono. Evidentemente sì. Ok, equipaggia ottimo. Equipaggia ottimo. Equipaggia ottimo. Equipaggia ottimo. Lei invece la compri soltanto. E siamo a posto. Oh, assolutamente grandioso. Fantastico, sono felice, dai, abbiamo sciupato un sacco di soldi, ma una madonna proprio. Però insomma, alla fine, forgia arma. Lui non ne ha altre. Lei sì, però non riesco a trovare sta sacca di drago del fuoco, dove cazzo sarà? Oh, si può fare finalmente. Ed equipaggia, sì. Oh, finalmente. Lei non si trova sta roba. Pinna di lucertola e cristallo astrale. Non le abbiamo purtroppo. Però di lui neanche questo. E neanche questo. Allora, siccome di nocche ne vorrà una, dopo la faccio già. Qui cosa vuole? Vuole niente, vuole solo le nocche qua e basta. Ok, di pazienza. Facciamo come possiamo. No, forgia arma, scusate, che accessorio neanche. Migliora perché non la puoi migliorare. Quindi vediamo, così ci facciamo un po' di soldi. 20.000 non è tanto. Abbiamo poco, perché ne ho usati tanti di soldi. Ma io una dormitina ma la farei. Perché abbiamo sciupato tanto. Donna, quanto ci vuole?
I hope we manage to catch Almadria soon.
I hope so too, before she can cause any more havoc.
You okay, Rinwell?
Oh, yeah.
Don't push yourself too hard now, okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Piccolina.
Oh, Hoodle. I don't know what to do.
Ok, dormiamo. Sì, ci vediamo domani. Adesso andiamo a vedere cosa fa se sto ascensore, se l'ascensore va o non va.
Well, off we go.
Sì, è di qua. Perfetto. Andiamo. E vediamo un po'. Perfetto. Vediamo come fare.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
Ah, quindi va al molo. Oh, ma che cosa grandiosa. Esploriamo. Vediamo.
There's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria.
Oh, salve. Dolcetto pesante, costosità, porca vacca. Ma costa veramente tanto. Allora, cominciamo a vedere cosa dicono. È strano che Lord Almeidra si sia presentata qui senza informare nessuno di noi. Poi se n'è andata scortata da un nutrito seguito. Mi chiedo cosa stia succedendo. Chi lo sa, mi sono sollevato che non abbia chiesto a noi di seguirla. Non è il miglior luogo al mondo in cui lavorare, ma perlomeno non dobbiamo preoccuparci di morire di fame. Non possiamo uscire per andare a pesca in mezzo all'oceano, ma per chi non disdegna i fiumi, c'è un posto pescosissimo qui vicino. Ah, riuscire a pescare non sarebbe neanche niente. Capisci un cazzo? Ok. Perfect. E anche questa è andata. E quindi penso di aver saltato un pezzo. Ok, andiamo. Qui abbiamo parlato, no? Col cazzo. Non faccio ritorno a Niz da tempi ormai. Gli occhi di luce non mi danno mai tregua a bordo come in porto. A proposito, si vocifera che quella stiva contenga merce rubata che qualcuno ha introdotto in contrabbando nel regno. Sì, ho sentito dire, ma la natura del carico non è affar nostro. Il nostro compito è solo smistarlo, senza far domande. Hai ragione, dobbiamo già preoccuparci di quanto sarà pesante da trasportare. In effetti. Questa nave è adibita al trasporto di merci, ho sempre la stiva vuote all'andata e piena al ritorno. È grande, vero? Ma in confronto alla nave personale di Almedeira sembra una scialuppa. Cioè, poi addirittura? Ma quanto è grande? Ma cosa trasporterà? Andiamo a vedere. Qua non c'è un cazzo, vero? Ci ho sperato, accidenti. Vabbè, andiamo pure dall'altra parte, a destinazione, vediamo che succede. Sto arrivando, insomma, nel senso. Eccoci qua. Oh, salve, tipo pelato.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail.
Beh, è stato gentilo. Vediamo un po' di approfittarne. Siete pronti? Ovviamente ci salpiamo. Molto bene, tenetevi forte perché ci sarà da ballare. In che senso? Beh, speriamo bene.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
Ah, fantastico. Quindi tutti vanno bene. Ok, cominciamo.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Wow, però. Oh, ma c'è qualcos'altro. Non sono il tipo da credere all'ottimismo senza un fondato motivo. Potrebbero piacere. Quindi c'è da parlare così tanto. Non mi vomitare addosso, possibilmente, scusi.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niaz was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective. from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danon people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danons had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danons do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
Ugh, I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Fantastico. Che carina che è stata. Cosa vi va? Vabbè, un diacolo bellissimo. Vediamo un po' cosa ci dice. Salve, signor Lowe.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Non c'è che dire, diacoli veramente molto interessanti. Vediamo l'ultima cosa. Grazie, Alfen. Beh, abbiamo approfondito un pochino di più e sono tanto felice di questo. Bene, nel prossimo episodio faremo le ultime diacoli con i nostri personaggioni, vedere che ne mancano ancora 2 e poi abbiamo pulito il meno. Quindi ragazzi, come al solito vi invito a lasciare un like e un commento se vi piace la serie, fammi sapere cosa ne pensate. Vedo solo da SHIVA. Ciao ciao.